Hello there, guys, and what is up? And today I'll be doing a list of 5 most dangerous databrawl characters. Now, these are the characters that can actually cause quite the number to the computer and the inhabitants of this computer. Like, be it like doing some doing like a lot of damage, like doing some stuff to the files and deleting stuff and even slowing down or just or making slowing down computers or even making them unusable by some means. So yeah, in this video I'll be talking about the computer viruses that are pretty dangerous even in a dataverse perspective and how they would actually work in a dataverse perspective. Just want to make things clear that this list is not in any order. It's pretty much in random order. So yeah, uh, there will be no regular characters. Regular characters, as in like no viruses nor malwares. And second, no restricted characters because I don't have access to those restricted characters. Second, some of those restricted characters are made as a joke. And third, some of them aren't even canon. Like some of them don't even belong in the Databrawl lore, nor do they even belong there in the first place. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So, the first Okay, so the first one is hold on, Sasser, if I can find it. Here it is. So this is a computer worm that causes computers to slow down quite a lot. This is a pretty dangerous computer virus. So if it manages to get into your computer, you can just say goodbye to your performance because this computer will mess up your computer speed, regardless if it's a really powerful computer like a gaming computer. Once it's in there, your computer is not going. Your computer is not going to make it. So while this virus is in your computer, everything will be pretty slow. I mean everything will be slowed down quite a lot, and I think it has to do with the fact that it like overloads the memory or something, causing the computer to like read all that unnecessary memory, which slows it down quite a lot. In the and in worst cases, this computer worm will actually crash the computer, making it unusable. So yeah, if not stopped on time, your computer will crash. In a diverse perspective, I would imagine everything would go very slow while this worm is present, which also includes slowing down any inhabitants in the computer to pretty much a crawl. Cookie factory would be very slow at making cookies. Corn refinery would be really slow at cooling a computer, which pretty much will result in the computer overheating. And then after for some time, the computer can't even take it, and then it starts getting destroyed, and then it crashes. So yeah, the inhabitants are pretty much forced to flee the computer if the firewall doesn't take out this computer worm on time. Also, random fact: this computer worm has a slight mistake in the design. As you can see, its head, the lining on the head is not even. As you can see, one of the lines is missing. So yeah, Duncan didn't even bother fixing this, nor did the creator of this character even fix this. Not like they even will, because this is actually one of those forgotten characters that nobody really cares about. Anyway, on to the next Data Brawl character, mm, which is the Wannacry ransomware. Now, if you don't know what a ransomware is, it's a ransomware that pretty much encrypts all your important files, and you won't get them back unless you pay the person in Bitcoin to get those files back. The reason why it's in Bitcoin is because Bitcoin is actually much more difficult to track down. So yeah, this virus is actually very new. This virus is actually very new. It's been around like 3 years ago. It's actually new. The Wannacry ransomware is pretty much identical to a regular ransomware. Nothing much different. Nothing much different compared to a regular ransomware. It's just a ransomware that has a backdoor. Okay, actually, I think that's a little unique right there. This is a ransomware that has like a backdoor that can get into your computer, and a backdoor is pretty much an easy access for viruses to get in once the backdoor is installed into your computer. And once it's installed, well, the antivirus will not be able to stop whatever harmful programs get into your computer. Now, in a diverse perspective, this virus, I mean, this ransomware actually works a little differently. You see those tiers right there? Those aren't actually tears. Those are actually fake tears. Those are used to make the program feel bad for this character so that they can walk over to this ransomware, and once the program gets too close, this ransomware will latch onto the program and then use it as a energy source. So yeah, this ransomware is pretty much using the program as a energy source. Now, the WannaCry does actually cry, as the name suggests, and his actual tears are actually pretty big. They're about the size, if not smaller, than his hands. So yeah, this thing, yeah, everyone dancing is still sad, but yeah, this is pretty. So yeah, not only that you have this ransomware encrypting the files in their perspective, but you also have this thing going around controlling programs and using, not exactly controlling, mostly using them as an energy source. So yeah, and it actually stays there until the creator, until the person behind the computer pays up in Bitcoin, which, in a developer's perspective, I assume it like leaves the computer once the person behind the ransomware is paid off. Okay, so next up we have is the Rosalia virus. This is a fictional computer virus that's actually based on the virus with the same name from a Wii game, which is pretty much like a medical, which is pretty much like it's like a medical game where you treat patients with this virus. The name Rosalia comes from the person or character from that game that's been infected with this virus. So pretty much a patient zero, I guess you could say. So yeah, and the butterfly design is a reference to how it spreads in that game. The virus spreads through butterflies. So yeah, it pretty much gets onto the flowers. So yeah, this virus pretty much gets onto the flowers, which then gets onto the butterflies, and then it starts spreading and it makes its way to the humans. But this virus, however, but this is a computer version of the virus. So you see that thing? You see that body? How it's shaped like a droplet? Well, that's not for looks. That's actually a stinger from what I've read. Yeah, that actually is a stinger. It goes around stinging programs, infecting them with a virus, and when they are infected, they start suffering symptoms similar to that what the virus does in that game. To give you an example, one of the symptoms is having uh, having like those dark marks on your body in the shape of demon hands. Yeah, pretty scary. I'm not even going to go into too detailed into this virus because it's actually pretty disturbing. I would not suggest you look up this virus if you're too easily disturbed. So after a program is affected, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty If I remember correctly, the program turns into another instance of a Rosalia virus, which then goes around infecting other program, which goes around infecting other programs with this stinger, turning them into another instance of a Rosalia virus. If this virus is not stopped, well, you're pretty much going to have the whole computer turned into Rosalia. So yeah, it's pretty much a infected computer that has Rosalias roaming around and also going to different computers infecting other programs. So yeah, it has to be dealt with immediately before it starts infecting too many programs. So yeah, it's quite dangerous if you ask me. That would be the last thing I would want to see if I was living in a computer. Rosalie is going on a rampage, and the firewalls can't even do anything about it as it's too late. So yeah. And next up we have is the CIH. This is a pretty devastating computer virus. So what this so this is a pretty old computer virus that has originated in 1998. So yeah, this virus has been around for quite some time actually, and there's still some of these viruses around, although they're very rare, and you'll likely not get, you'll likely not, and your computer will likely not get infected with this virus. But if it does, this is what the CIH virus does. Once it gets into your computer, it will start looking around for empty spaces, and then once it finds those empty spaces, it starts to inject its coding into those empty spaces without affecting its size. And it keeps doing this until there's no empty spaces around. It does this to make it much more difficult for the antivirus to find this CIH virus. And if you do like a full scan of the computer to try and find a CIH virus, you're going to get a lot of notifications saying that that the antivirus has found a lot of these CIH coding in your computer. However, that is not enough to stop the CIH virus because once the antivirus deletes all those once the antivirus has taken care of all those coding, the CIH virus is still present in the computer. It will actually usually miss at least one of the CIH coding, and after the antivirus is done, the CIH is just going to re-inject all that coding back into those empty spaces again without affecting its size. And once April 26 has reached, the CIH virus releases a devastating payload. What it does is it destroys the motherboard and overwrites the BIOS, making the computer unbootable. Even if the motherboard is not compatible, the overriding BIOS is still enough to make the computer unusable. In a Davos perspective, I would imagine it going around injecting its coding, or in this case, making clones of itself in empty spaces. Empty spaces like there, here, over there. Any place that you see any place that you see is empty, CIH virus is going to be there. So the clone of a CIH virus is going to be there. Firewalls will try to destroy it, but the CIH will just re-inject or recreate those clones in that same area that the firewalls have destroyed. And once the 26 has reached, and once the 26 has reached, or April 26th to be exact, the CIH virus goes on a rampage and then starts running towards the precessor palace, and then goes there and eradicates motherboard without a problem. So yeah, this is pretty much motherboard's bane of existence. The CIH will easily destroy the motherboard, and it's I believe it's one of those few characters that can easily destroy the motherboard. Yeah. So yeah, once the motherboard is destroyed, the computer starts getting destroyed as well, because when motherboard dies, the computer gets destroyed in the process. because she's very important to the computer. And the programs have no choice but to probably flee this computer. Maybe same for malwares and viruses, seeing that there's really no point on trying to take over this computer or trying to destroy it if the CIH has already done its thing. So yeah, having this so that's how exactly that's how it would work if that's how the CIH would work if that's but if okay, sorry. That's how the CIH would work in a diverse perspective, but he doesn't actually do it. I had sadly, so yeah, well, that would be interesting. Instead, he's just a discount brawler that has more health and has more and does not have a ground pound. Okay, lastly we have is whoa, okay, I thought my computer crashed. Oh, I thought my game crashed. Okay, so never mind. Where's Blazeware? Blazeware, here it is. Last we have is Blazeware. This is a special type of malware. This is actually fictional malware that is specifically designed to go after the firewalls and antivirus. Yeah, this is actually a malware that was specifically designed to go after firewalls and antiviruses, which can be a really big problem. If it ends up this, which can be a really big problem. If not stopped, it can actually destroy the antivirus, which in the process also destroys the firewalls, which can leave the computer vulnerable to attacks. So the programs will not have anyone to defend them, and they're pretty much helpless. And they're pretty much helpless, and the corruptions will have easy target practices, pretty much. So yeah, Blazeware, if not stopped on time, firewalls will be doomed. And if this was a special character in the battle version, this character would actually be specifically for attacking. This character would probably be specifically meant for attacking firewalls, probably doing more damage and to them and taking less damage to them. So yeah, pretty. So yeah, it's so yeah, quite a dangerous virus malware if you ask me. Oh man. Also, fun fact, this character used to be restricted, but I assume the creator of this character requested Duncan to make this a character for the public to use. So yeah, and another fun fact, this character was also first seen in the hub world as a bad example for making a databrawl character. And I assume the bad example here is that it is too detailed or something. So yeah, but anyway, that's about it in this video. If you got, if I do get anything wrong in like the lore, some behind, if I do get anything wrong in the lore, please do correct me in the comments below if you want. But yeah, anyway, bye guys, and I'll see you next time. And I'll possibly make a series of me doing a egg hunt. I'm not sure if I will make the series of this, but maybe I will. Well, but we'll see. Anyway, bye guys, and I'll see you next time.